He just needs to be able to tell his side of the story.
Edward Green Jr. hopes this wheel will help tell his cousin's story.
I mean, it's the same tire that was on his 1988 Ford Mustang at the time.
It was 1997 when Victoria Carr Hollingsworth went missing. Her remains were found buried on Billy Goat Hill 2 years later. The case sat unsolved for 16 years until the TNT television series Cold Justice took it on, leading to the arrest and conviction of Victoria's ex-husband, Adolphus Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth, who is appealing his conviction, reached out to Channel 3 in a 5-page handwritten letter. He included hundreds of pages of documents he says proves he didn't get a fair trial.
I want to let the public know that I did not kill Victoria Carr Hollingsworth.
Speaking to us from the state prison in Bledsoe County, Hollingsworth says he planned out his defense with his public defender, Steve Brown, but the jury never heard it.
So, I was looking forward to my defense being put forth and basically being exonerated in charge. When it came time to put my defense on, the public defender stood up and said, "Defense rests."
Hollingsworth says he was given the opportunity to take the stand, but his attorney advised him not to testify.
But it's a 16-inch tire.
Hollingsworth hopes this wheel will help convince a judge to hear him out. It's the same kind of wheel that was on the 1988 Ford Mustang at the center of his case. Detectives noted tire marks across his yard they claimed matched the car Victoria was driving when she went missing.
He wanted to show that the tire tracks that they allegedly, that vehicle made, the width of the tracks didn't match the width of the tire.
Hollingsworth says the measurements from the tracks shown in this crime scene video don't match the width of the car either.
We had already knew that Ford has never made a Mustang Fox body style 5 foot 4 inches between the year of 1979 to 1993.
He also disputes that a branch lodged between the bumper matched a bush in his yard.
It actually shows this particular bush that this branch is supposed to come from, but it shows the bush green and alive, but what's wedged in the tailpipe is completely dead and withered up, and the only hours of separation is 3 hours.
We reached out to Brown to find out why he didn't present any of this evidence during Hollingsworth's trial. He couldn't comment because of the pending appeal, but in a response to a complaint filed by Hollingsworth with the Board of Professional Responsibility, Brown wrote, "The primary issue was identity during the trial. It was my opinion that the issue of identity had been adequately raised and presented to the jury. Even with the video, photographs, and diagram, they would not have added anything to the defense and issue of identity."
Remember, it's the jury's responsibility to rule without a shadow of a doubt. If there's some doubt involved, then that means that there's something wrong.
Now Green is hoping a new set of eyes will bring this wheel of justice full circle.
Tonight, only on 3, we're hearing from the man injured in the I-75 bridge railing collapse.
And he asked not to be shown in close-up. He's dealing with double vision and a long list of injuries, but he's ready to give his side of the story, a story he says he's only sharing once. On the morning of April 1st, 2019, Ryan Hickson's life was about to change forever. The 30-year-old husband and new father had resigned his job as an insurance adjuster and was enjoying a day off before starting a new job with FedEx. Over the years, he'd driven hundreds of thousands of miles with no incident, and then it happened. Returning to Chattanooga from Dalton on I-75, merging onto I-24, part of a bridge railing collapsed from the overpass. He had no time to avoid the falling concrete.
All I remember was I was driving, and then I wasn't.
Just that quick?
Just that quick. I never saw anything come down. I just stopped.
A driver who saw it all from behind pulled over to help.
Are they stuck inside?
Yeah, they're stuck inside. They're not moving. They're not doing anything.
Okay, you said a part of a bridge fell down?
Larry Lawrence and his family were on a spring break trip from South Georgia.
Took out my phone, ran over, and while I was running up to the car, dialed 911.
hoping to potentially save this guy's life or hoping for some signs of life.
Hickson lost consciousness. Hours later, he awakened in the hospital after the first of many surgeries.
Honestly, I was confused when I saw my wife for the first time because I didn't think in those moments that I was going to see her again. I remember being confused, and I think I told her I was going to have to relearn to walk because I thought I was obviously going to be paralyzed from that impact.
The first reports coming from police and government officials acknowledged the bridge collapse but underplayed the victim's condition. There were expressions of relief that no one was seriously injured. Hickson can now set the record straight.
I had significant internal hemorrhaging, which is why I passed out. They ended up having to remove 2 feet of my intestines. The artery that goes to the intestine is what was cut and hemorrhaging. My sternum is cracked. My eye socket is fractured in 2 places, which has caused double vision.
Married for less than 2 years and with a baby girl now just 6 weeks old, he's unable to drive, walks with a cane, and cannot perform once routine household chores.
The house can't take out the trash, can't hold my baby or carry her around and help care for her like I would have been otherwise.
He's been robbed of his health and livelihood. Medical bills are starting to accumulate, and he's considering legal action. When he heard various theories as to why the bridge railing collapsed, he just shook his head. To him, the answer seems clear. The state is responsible, he says, for ensuring bridge safety.
In 2018, they even said there's potential for bridge elements to fall on the roadway below. They noted there's a tree growing out of a crack in the side of the bridge that was causing the cracks to expand. Just that right there, it shows negligence on their part.
His future is uncertain, yet he remains hopeful. He says his family, both in and out of Chattanooga, stepped up to help, as did his circle of friends. Although his name has not been released publicly until now, he says the prayer coming from the entire community is powerful.
I'd like to thank them for their prayers. We've been overwhelmed by the amount of prayers and support from people we've never even met or heard of before.
He can't help but ask, what if? What if he had approached that interchange 30 seconds earlier? He believes everything happens for a reason, and he hopes this serves as a wake-up call for government agencies we rely upon for our safety.
I would hope that they may reevaluate their processes and procedures that they use to evaluate our infrastructure and respond more appropriately when need be.